Good morning, everyone, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us today. We are Team Silvereyes, and we are eager to share our project with you, an end-to-end solution for drone inspections. I have the privilege of introducing you to my team, our mentor and Scrum Master, Al Daldegan, and my teammates.
I am Andy Vanderat. I'm a graphic designer and commercial photographer.
I'm Mohammed Khan. I have a background in aviation as an airline pilot.
Myself, my name is Pamela Torres, and I have a background in instrumentation and control system engineering.
And my name is Raíssa Verissimo, and I have a background in law and tax consulting.
Drones are becoming a household word, and they are no longer just seen as toys for flying around or just military applications. The use of drones is becoming essential across many industries that rely on visual inspections. First, drone inspections reduce risk. Inspectors can collect data without needing to climb up equipment such as power lines or windmills, or perform inspections inside confined spaces such as pressure vessels or mining operations. They keep costs down and are much less expensive than using other aerial options such as planes or helicopters. Also, drones can offer advanced visual inspection methods, such as multispectral sensors or thermal imaging cameras, in order to provide early detection of material failures, leaks, or surface degradation. But how can a company incorporate drones readily into their inspections and maximize these benefits? If a third-party company is hired to perform the inspection work, there is the risk of miscommunication of inspection requirements, and this may lead to rework. Also, inspection data could get lost, or they may not be universally accessible by all the interested parties. Finally, there may be inconsistencies in the type and quality of data collected between third-party drone inspection services. Enter our solution, an end-to-end cloud-based platform that a company can implement to simplify communications and centralize the drone inspection data. Our platform is based on a streamlined flow of information. The customer or person requesting an inspection will interact with the work order interface and enter the inspection requirements, such as flight plan, the date and time, and any other pertinent details. An administrator can then assign the work orders to the inspector or the drone pilot, and also monitor the status of other inspection requests using that same work order interface. All this information is stored into a centralized database. Then, when the time comes for the licensed and certified pilot to perform the inspection, they can simply load the exact details provided from the customer, check the weather, ensure the airspace around the drone pad is not restricted, carry out the inspection, and upload the completed drone coverage to the database. The customer or any other interested party can have access to this secure data immediately after the inspection is complete. Now, without further delay, I will pass it on to Raíssa to begin our software demonstration.
Well, thanks, Pam. I'm going to start our demo in a customer perspective. As a customer, you can create a new account or log in using your credentials in case you already have created one. I'll use my email address and my password to log in here. And when you are logged in, there are some actions that you can take. The first thing that I'd like to demonstrate is the work order list. Here you can see all my previous jobs that are in the database. And I can also schedule a new job. I'm going to click on the schedule a new job button on the top left of the page. And here I can write all the information to request a new job. I can add a job name, a job number, which is going to be my personal control of my job, and my contact number in case the admin needs to clarify some information. regarding my request, the job details, and in the details, I can, if there is any pilot that I want to perform my flight, I can put here and select the date and time for the flight. And then I can click on the map to define the points that I want to be inspected. In case that I accidentally click on a place that I don't want to be inspected, I can just delete or drag and move the pins. And when I'm done here, I can click on submit and send my request. So it's going to show here on my list. I have a status for all my requests, and this one's going to be showing as requested, because the next step is going to be taken by the administrator, who is going to assign a pilot for my flight. So Andy is now going to show in the admin page.
Okay, now we will look from the perspective of a company administrator. If we filter by we can see the job that HISA has scheduled for us. I have the option to look at the details of the job. And as we can see, the video is not yet available as this inspection has not been flown. However, we're able to verify that the submitted information is accurate. And yep, those waypoints look like they should work for us. Back on the admin screen, we can look into the details of a completed job. Here, the pilot submitted video has been pulled down from our Amazon S3 cloud storage, alongside with the onboard telemetry logged from the flight data. The video on this one looks to me like it was a traffic study that Pam had previously completed for a very discerning client. If we scroll down, we can confirm the work order details, view the actual flight path that was flown, collected from the onboard sensors, and we can compare that flight path with the requested coordinates on the map. This all looks good to me. Finally, I remember that we've got a flight that was requested by HISA. And as I recall, she had specified that she wanted Sam as the pilot. We will assign Sam, and that should appear in their queue. At this point, we'll pass the request over to Mohammed, who will demonstrate what the pilot would see. And if you're ready, here we go, Mohammed.
Thank you, Andy. So we'll start off from the pilot console by logging in. So we also have the option of operating this pilot console without logging into the internet in case you're operating the drone in a remote area where there is no internet. So as we log in, you can see some of the features of this pilot console that pop up. So we have a big area for the video screen because we'll be doing a live demo today. We have a control area where we can control the drone, and as well as the sensitivity of the flight controls. We have a big emergency button in case the drone goes to an area where it should not be going, so we can cut the power. We have a map component on the left-hand side where we get geospatial imagery. And if we zoom out, you can actually start to see some of the aviation-related airspace information that also overlays on top of that. This is to keep the pilot aware so that they're not going into any restricted airspace. Just above that, we have the telemetry component, which will also be feeding live from the drone, as well as the artificial horizon, which is a pretty standard component in aviation for those of you who are aware. It contains speed, altitude, pitch information, as well as the heading information. And we also have a 3D representation of the way the drone is oriented. So we'll start off by viewing the pilot jobs. So we can see there's a couple of jobs which have already been completed, but the one that HISA just made is the one that's currently pending. So we'll go ahead and select that one. So as we did so, you can see that the waypoints have now popped up, right? So basically we can view all the waypoints that were assigned by the customer, and we can fly that exact route. Now, of course, it's a little bit windy outside today, so we won't actually be flying this particular portion of the demo outside, but I will be showing you an indoors demo. The drone is now already connected, so you can take a look at the telemetry information that's now popping through live from the demo. I'll go ahead and start the video stream so we can see where we're going. So here we go. So we'll go ahead and take off. By the way, this is all controlled live at this moment in time. I'll adjust the control sensitivity a little bit. So we'll go ahead, make a right turn and see what we got on that side. Let's see if we can get the drone to behave. Let's see. Okay, the video is feeding right now, but it looks like it wants to, yeah, there's a little bit of slowdown in the information right now. That's okay, we'll just continue moving forward with the demo. You know the old adage, it worked last night, and I swear to God, it totally works. Yeah, anyways, so I'm just gonna go ahead and land the drone. We can see it's actually flying because it's currently at 80 centimeters of altitude at the moment, and it's at 060. Yeah, there we go. So there's the turn. I'm just gonna go ahead and land the drone. And just to give you a little bit of an overview of that. So basically the drone pilot's gonna fly it using live imagery. And once they're done the job, they basically submit a report. And it looks like that part is not popping up for some reason. I wonder if it was, no, database still works. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's that ghost promise thing. Okay, yeah, so once the pilot is done, they basically submit a report, put in any notes specifically as to the flight, whatever they found during the inspection. And basically, once they submit the report, it ends up at the administrator interface where the customer can also view it as well. So that concludes the demonstration portion. These are some of the technologies that made all of this possible. So basically, we use the full MERN stack and Electron for the entire framework. We use Tello as our drone sample. Mongoose was for database management, Axios for calls, Passport and Bcrypt for authentication, Formic and Yup for form validation, 3JS for 3D modeling, Leaflet and Mapbox for the map component, WebRTC for media streams, and Amazon S3 for storage, Trello and GitHub for software development management, and of course the usual HTML and CSS. So something for future upgrades. So if we had more time, these are some of the things that we would have also liked to include and something to look forward for the future. So we'd like to add additional drone models, automate some of the drone flight features, such as automatically flying the requested waypoints, an auto return button. We'd also like to incorporate AI image recognition to provide data analytics on the video feed, and lastly, additional permission levels on the dashboard to allow for sharing inspection info between stakeholders. And that concludes our presentation. We'd like to thank you for your time, and we hope you enjoyed the demo.